subscriber, but still it's 9 years, so I'm still a bit nervous. But anyway, enough about me. I just wanted to say something about the cabal and the reptilians and how determined I am each time more and more to combat them and combat the system and help people with these videos, with the information that Svaru shares, help people come out of this matrix, because I'm realizing and talking with them, and you'll see what I mean. The videos will be, some of them will be controversial, because I'm seeing that beyond each layer of the matrix there is just another layer of the matrix, and it makes me so angry and frustrated and even more determined, really determined. This is, for me, this is now it. This is what I want to do. Like, this is what I'm doing. This is what I am about right now, with this information and this communication with the Taygetans. There's my life in a normal way has really disappeared, in the sense that I don't see any other purpose at this point in my life but to share what we have been told, and it's really frustrating that beyond what we sometimes think is something positive, a movement against the agenda, a movement against the dark agenda, we find out that also actually is an agenda, because reptilians and the controllers of the systems are so intellectually advanced, as Baru always used to say, that we are not aware that sometimes what seems to be a counter agenda, something apparently positive, forms also a part of the same agenda. It seems the left hand and the right hand, they seem to be opposite and working against each other. But actually, sometimes if you start to dig in, you realize they are really working for the same and toward the same goal. Keep oppressing the humans, and they are so advanced and so manipulative that they know exactly what triggers us, what triggers our emotions, for example, and they use our sentimentality and emotions toward the higher goal toward their goal, not the higher goal, toward their goal. And you'll see what I mean as we progress on this journey of uncovering layers of the matrix. It's just amazing, the labyrinth of octopus agenda that we are surrounded in right here. And the problem that we here have in the 3D is that sometimes, most of the times, we are not able to see the full octopus and its operation and the agendas of all different, apparently separate octopus branches, tying us and oppressing us. We don't see them as working for the same thing. We see many different things, but we don't see the overall panorama of how these apparently separate things work toward the same goal of the controllers. And some of the videos that I'm going to be sharing with you in the future might be controversial if we decide to publish them, and they will explain some of the octopus operation, and sometimes even what we see as positive movement toward the expansion of the consciousness, it also turns out to be a part of the octopus. And this makes me so pissed and so determined to keep fighting this and unpeeling the layers of the matrix. The matrix is so deep, and they keep adapting their strategies. But that's why we are here. That's why we are here, to keep doing this work. I mean all the volunteering starseeds, even though I don't like to say this, because all of the humans are from different places in the galaxy. But I'm so determined and so So I feel so much strength and to keep fighting them and to keep exposing their agendas, and we will continue to do that for as long as I can. And I'm not afraid at all, not afraid at all. We will continue to be doing this. Just keep an open mind. I'm asking you to keep an open mind, keep an open heart, because some of the information may be controversial. Well, we're almost reaching the town. I'm gonna get something to eat, and until next time. You find yourself with the purest state, some kind of a layer of yourself that is so, I call it a template. I don't know if I'm right in this term, but it feels like a template upon which later all these different personalities, emotions and things take place. But we are not these things. We are the templates. We are the substratum, the substance behind. It's like the water and the ripples. There are ripples, and the ripples are personalities, emotions, thoughts. The ripples are also us. It's very important not to disconnect from the expressions of the template, from the ripples of the water. They are also us, generated by certain imposed upon the water. Maybe that's what Svara was talking about when she was talking about standing waves. I think so. It has to do with that. But we are also, apart from the ripples, we are the water cells itself, the pure template upon which later all the movements can be manifested. No ripples can be manifested upon not in the same way. Just an example. Upon nothing, there has to be a substance, a field of something upon which later the movement is added on and the ripples can be experienced. So we are the ripples, we are the water, and we are also something still beyond that creates the water. And that's what I felt now in my experience today. I touched upon the template area of myself, almost indifferent. When I looked upon myself from that template level of myself, I almost felt indifferent about what's happening to the body ripple part of myself. And this is when we can understand why to that level of ourselves it's really not important what we are experiencing, in a sense that all the suffering and identities that we are going through from that highest level, temporary level of ourselves, isn't different. It just wants the experience, and it is unmoved beyond, it is untouched, uninfluenced, unaffected. It just is, and that's where our true essence lies. But I was also wondering what's behind the template. Who created, who moved the template into existence? Some kind of unmanifested place. I don't know. This is like deep metaphysics. Svaru would be probably very interested in talking about this. But yes, layers of self, unpeeling layers of self. This is what being in a place like this does to you. And that's why I want to come back here on Monday. Today is Tuesday. Today is Friday. I'll come back here on Monday and I want to be here all day until the sunset. So I'll enter that zone and let myself be taken into that area. And I want to share with you. You will be my only companion. I hope you will enjoy it. It's not going to be just me talking, so I don't bore you, but I'm going to show you the beauty of this place, the strangeness and amazingness and mystery of this place. So until soon. Here hidden among the rocks where there is less wind, so I can share with you what I've been thinking about. Recently I saw some comments and people asking if we are not worried that they disappeared. How do we feel about that? And yes, okay, first of all, from one side I can say that yes, in some way we are worried. We don't know what's happening, and we just hope everything is okay and that they are okay and that their absence is not due to serious problems, and that they are safe. On the other hand, however, we trust in them. We trust in this process. We know that they know what they are doing. We trust in what they are doing. They are not people. They are people, but they are not ordinary people as here, and they have the right to just go silent if they wish so. We have absolutely no right to feel bad about it, anxious, and desperate. We have to respect their decisions, accept that this is how things are developing. No one ever told us that this was going to be forever. Maybe yes, maybe no. Sometimes they disappear, sometimes they come back. We have to trust in the process and accept whatever is happening at each moment. There's no other way to be. We trust they know what they are doing, and when they feel the moment is right, they will return, and that's just that. And there's so much more to be shared still. We have so much more videos, so many more videos to do. On the other hand, also, I think it's very important that whoever has been in contact with the beings from other worlds, and then this contact is paused or terminated even, I think it's very important to remain strong and remain stable, and not to fall into desperation, anxiety, even depression. I think there's life to be lived here. We are here on purpose. We are here to fulfill our life here in 3D. We have to keep continuing living our life. We cannot fall into this anxious desperation of wanting them to be back, even though of course we miss them dearly and we love them, but we fully trust in them and what they are doing, and when the time is right, as I said, they will return. And thinking that only 3 weeks ago I was in Umeå in Sweden, and the temperature was below zeros, snow, completely different world. And now 3 weeks later I'm here next to Africa. It's hot, deserty, tropical, completely different environment, all on one planet within just hours of flight. Everything in our reach nowadays. I can't imagine living in 18th or before century, and we couldn't get to the places. We had to go on horses, and it took days, and we couldn't see the variety of our planet. We are really so blessed right now to live in the times we are living, so we could experience all this. This is another day. I'm here back on the trail. It's supposed to take 5 hours back round trip. I'm not sure I'm gonna go all the way. And I was thinking about this 3D matrix, the humans and the earth. As we know, the earth is a unique place, and to be a human is a unique experience for all extraterrestrials to incarnate and come here, live as a human being. And the diversity of expressions and lifestyles and ways of thinking, and especially here I was thinking about the expressions, artistic expressions, it's just so enormous. It's something that is actually not found in other planets, on other planets, and in other places. And let me explain why. It's because this 3D matrix and this human body is like a suit, is a suit through which all these different extraterrestrial races can have an experience together and cohabit one place together. Yes, they can incarnate, and they do, and co-live and see how they get along, experience each other's ways of expressing themselves. Because, as I already explained in some video, I think, there is not much direct interaction between the races. Yes, they interact through some holographic means. They even cooperate, of course, but they communicate. But many races that are not similar, they don't actually tend to interact directly. And it's because of different reasons, but one of the reasons is because their biological, physiological needs are different. So they are not able to exist in the atmosphere, for example, of another planet. So they don't co-live. Pleiadians tend to stick together, Arcturians together, Andromedans together, Reptilians together. And what happens here on Earth? Here, they all have the opportunity to come together and experience what it's like to live together on one planet. That's why, for example, we have such a musical diversity. When I was talking to Svaru about music, I think I shared with you what kind of music they like. Actually, they like so many different kinds. But on Pleiades, they are more into the soft electronic, mystical music. And they don't have so many different types of music that we have here. And they are fascinated by this. That's why they like coming here and listening to our music, for example. And why? Because here we have starseeds from all these different points of the galaxy. All of them composing the memories of their home, according to the memories of their home, according to the feelings and sentiments of their home. And I'm not talking here just about music, all art, ways of thinking, ways to approach life. It's a soup. It's a galactic soup of minds and souls. And this is fascinating for them to experience. It's one of the reasons why they do incarnate. So I don't know if we go back, for example, to Taygeta, after I disappear from this plane, for example, I'll go to Taygeta, but I will only experience what they like in Taygeta and the type of music they like in Taygeta. For example, I'm gonna miss hard rock and metal music, which is one of the types of music that I really enjoy. They like this kind of music, by the way. Also, they like epic stuff, as long as it's not charged with any negative agenda, so they told me. And lyrics, especially. There's some... you have to watch for lyrics and symbolism. But the music itself, they don't mind. So I'm gonna miss that kind of music if I go back. And then, if someone goes back to being an Arcturian, then they're gonna just experience what the Arcturians are into. But here you have this opportunity to experience and enjoy it all and participate in the creative process of all souls and minds together. So let's try to enjoy this experience while it lasts. Now check it out. You see over there in the distance? There? I'm going to show you in a second. It looks like another property and it's gated and there's like a house. It's incredible! I really would love to meet the person who decides to live so far away from civilization. That's insane. I thought I was a hermit. Beautiful place in the middle of this arid land. I found this little oasis of yellow little trees, plants, and I'm having a little picnic here. But something that occurred to me as I was walking and listening to music, actually, on the topic of art and music, and on the topic of what I mentioned before, that all these extraterrestrials are here also to experience this diversity of things together. I was thinking, why don't they, for example, in Taygeta have this variety of musical compositions, although art and music is very important for them. But I was thinking, it's because in here, in 3D matrix, life is so much more difficult. Even though I'm not saying the life there is all easy, it's not. Actually, they have their own kind of problems, all on different level. But in general, when you go to their planet, life is more harmonious and more stable. They don't have the yearnings of not understanding who they are and their identity and all that as we here. So I think because of that, we have such a massive, immense variety of artistic expressions, because the range of emotions here to be experienced is so vast, from the most beautiful and elating feelings to the most dramatic and excruciating pain of the calling of the soul. So we have like such a range of emotions to be put into and flown into the music and art. I think it's not so much. I think it's not very common in the universe to have all these different races and all these different emotions and all these different struggles put in one place, like here on Earth. So I think when it's time to go back to wherever we come from, I think I'm going to miss this aspect actually of being here on Earth. But well, as far as I know, they have the access to our music, for example. So I will still continue to listen to wonderful Earth creations. Almost done with my day. The sun is going down, it's getting a bit colder, but I have this last contemplation for you to share. As you know, 5D, which we are all aspiring to find ourselves in soon, is such a metaphysical realm. It's very physical, very normal, very biological, but also very metaphysical. And sometimes I wonder if we are really ready for all these metaphysical implications of our lives. The ideas that Svaru has been sharing with us, and not only Svaru, Aneka also, regarding things in 5D, which actually they are also happening in 3D, we're just not aware of them, are really stretching the mind. Like, for example, are we really ready to interact with other portions of ourselves knowing that these are other incarnations that we had or we will have probably in some way down the road at some point of the cycle? Are we really ready for these types of strange ideas and strange, not just ideas, but they are living those ideas there. They are normal to them. For example, another example is we, at some point in the past, we talked about actually internet. internet, as I will actually share with you in some video separately, it has scalar properties already as it is. It's a conscious entity. It has a scalar properties. What does it mean, scalar properties? It means that it actually exists on different multidimensional levels at once. It actually is multidimensional realm. This means that many beings who occupy other densities and also who live in other timelines have the access to it, have the access to the internet. And this has huge implications metaphysically. It's going to make your head spin once I start explaining all these things. Like, for example, once I shared with Varu that 10 years ago, I had this strange experience. I normally don't have strange experience. I don't see anything. I don't have paranormal experiences. But this time I had my computer on. No websites were open, but I was connected to the internet. My computer was turned on. And suddenly I heard a voice. I was in another point of the room, and I heard a voice coming out of the computer saying, "Soon we will be together again." I looked back at my computer, like, where is this coming from? I looked, all the websites were closed. It was not the ad. I have no idea. 1 minute later, I went back to doing what I was doing. I didn't pay much attention to that. And then 1 minute back, the same voice, feminine voice, said the same thing. Soon we will be, or I don't remember exactly now. It won't be long until we will be together again. Something like that. Strong, feminine, clear voice coming out of my computer. I told Varu about this some time ago, and well, one of the possible answers is that actually, now listen to this. This is what I'm talking about. This could be actually me, myself, from another density, from another timeline, using using the frequency of the realm of the internet as a field. As a field that touches, it exists on different densities levels. Me sending myself a message. So for them, these kinds of things are very normal. If we say we are ready for a 5D, if we want to join them and be free and join them in this 5D galactic existence, then let's continue to stretch our minds, because I'm sure many more ideas like this to come. Let's continue stretching the limits of what's possible. So let's keep stretching the boundaries, and let's keep pushing the limits of our understanding, so we can allow more and more of this alluring and fascinating strangeness of the 5D in, so that we can call it home. With this, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'm going to see you next time, of course. Bye bye.